I still can't hear you. How are we, Internet? Woo! Welcome to the Meltdown. It brings me great pleasure to introduce Mr. Morris motherfucking Bartlett.
Hello, Internet. Hi, how are you? I'm over the fucking moon. I'm ecstatic. I'm excited. My dick is about to pop off my body and fly around the room. Today is a good fucking day. Welcome to the Meltdown. Oh. Okay, should I say we got some statistical analysis of our audience done, and I can officially welcome our audience by subtype. So I would like to welcome masturbators who are on a break.
Yeah.
I would like to welcome Unabombers who have internet somehow. I would like to welcome teenagers who identify as vampires. Prisoners watching on cell phones they smuggled up their butt. and Daryl and Judy. Welcome to the Meltdown. Hi guys. I'm pleased to tell you all out in Meltdown Land that it has happened. It has happened. We have made it after so long toiling in the muck with all these other peons, with all these insects and flies. We are famous.
Fucking famous,
We're
dude.
famous now.
So famous.
We're so fucking famous.
So famous.
Okay, so we were at a local dollar store.
Do you want to tell the story? Because I feel like I kind of tell the story better.
I'm the better storyteller of the two of us.
It's debatable. Okay.
No, it's okay. I got it. Just play the guitar. And so we were at the dollar store getting supplies for the show, and I walked out of the dollar store, and somebody said to me, "Hey, are you Morris Bartlett of the Meltdown?" And I went, "I am Morris Bartlett of the Meltdown," with a huge dick.
And then I come out, and they're like, and I come out,
and I went like, "This is Ty."
Well, you didn't have to introduce.
Right. I was like, I don't know if you guys recognize Ty.
No,
they knew. Band leader.
No, they knew who I was.
He's a very important band leader of the Meltdown.
Yeah, they definitely knew who I was. I think they kind of recognized me more a little bit. They weren't sure if you were Morris. That's what they asked. And then when I came,
really? I mean, because it's
definitely the guy.
My face is the one on the poster, so that probably has something to do with it.
I know, but who sees the posters? You know what I mean? Like,
okay. Well,
the point is we're famous.
It's fine. We're famous. It's rocket ships and caviar and underage strippers from here on out. You guys are toast. I'm out of here. All right. I'm too good for this world now. We do, of course, have a contractual obligation to keep doing the show, and I love it. Of course, I love producing the product. So that's what we're gonna do. For those of you who are new, welcome to the Meltdown. It is a stand-up comedy show where mostly we don't do stand-up comedy anymore. We do weird shit. I get all my talented friends. I encourage them to do the strangest, most genre-breaking shit. And frankly, we're artistic geniuses.
Yeah, we're like Kanye, but better.
Yeah, we're like Kanye.
We're gonna make a church in the backyard.
Oh, so much church. Yeah. Okay. So of course you know me because I'm an international superstar. And I will remind you that I have a band leader, and his name is Ty Bizanol.
You don't have to remind them of my name. They know.
Ty, listen, I will say Ty has a talent. He has a cute little talent. Ty, could you show everyone how you play the guitar? Okay, so that was pretty good. Thank you, Ty.
I think that was really good.
Thank you, Ty. Yeah.
I need to be
and of course, we are joined, as we are always joined. We are joined by my adopted daughter. We love her. She's a friend of the show. She can do quantum calculation in her head. She's going to be the bridge that helps us communicate with aliens. She's not a regular human being. She was handcrafted by a deity for a purpose that is as of yet undetermined. She is too strange to live and too powerful to die. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce you to Jessica Peugeot.
Hi, Jessica. Hello, Morris. I know I wasn't there, but did they recognize me too?
Actually, they did mention you, yes.
Oh!
You were mentioned by name, yeah.
After they were done talking about it.
Well, that is delightful. I have always sought dollar store fame.
Yes.
Which is much better than what I usually get, which is every time I'm in a Dollarama, somebody asks if I am the manager. And I mean, yeah, sure. I looked in the mirror and I realized, yeah, hey, I do look like the sort of dollar store employee that takes it just a little bit too seriously because they think they'll make it someday. But I didn't want anyone else to notice that. We've been inside for a very long time now, and I wouldn't say that I'm really missing social interaction. Like, that's not the sort of thing I crave. Like, I don't get hungry for people, but I'm definitely somebody who enjoys being around people. I normally what I do is I would compare that to being like a gourmet who's never hungry but could always go for seconds. Like, there's always room for Jello, and there's always room for one more chat about the proper fisting technique. I miss the degenerates I normally hang out with and swap disgusting facts. And right now that's mostly comedians, but I actually did where I got my fix before. I did several years of debate in university, which is a massive psychological red flag. 40% of every debate club is a pack of amoral sociopaths who lack the upper body strength to move a body. They're just playing a sick game of intellectual dominance to hold back the bloodlust. The other 60% are a combination of closeted homosexuals, subclinical autistics, and a single normal person who wandered into the wrong room and now feels too awkward to leave. And there's nothing inherently gay about spending your Saturdays in a tiny classroom screaming about electoral reform, but I have had literally 4 former debate partners later come out as trans, and I'm starting to wonder if maybe it's me. I am gender confusion patient 0. I am LGBT typhoid Mary. It's lucky that there's no one near me, or you'd be turning into women as we speak. Morris, if I ever see you in public again, you'll be gay by that time next week.
Wait till you hear my secrets.
And in university, all of my friends were debaters. And all of their friends were debaters. Like, I don't know how to communicate with anyone else anymore. Like, as far as I am concerned, not only is genocide small talk, it is a verb. Like, I genocide, you genocide, he, she genocides. And if you don't think a woman can commit unspeakable atrocities just as well as any man, that is sexist. You know, we've got a nice lady in Thailand breaking down barriers. And you'd think the parties would be boring, but then you've probably never heard of Yaka. Yaka is a South African invention and the go-to drink of the global debate circuit. It's basically lemonade, but instead of water, there's just straight bottom shelf vodka. Yaka is traditionally brewed for several days in a handy garbage can, at which point you crack it open and drink until the paramedics intervene. And there are 2 kinds of debaters: those who never drink and those who have been hospitalized after a rousing game of whiskey pong, which is like beer pong but with a much higher fatality rate.
Yeah, I guess so.
Back at my old school, we got kicked out of the campus bar 6 times because our only black member kept getting drunk and belligerently loudly defending slavery. Just surrounded by a circle of scared, woke 20-year-old white kids going like, should we correct her? Or is that racist? We once got booted out from a hotel for doing lines of coke off a member of the legislature. Oh, he is still in office.
I could see that. I've met political types, and I could see that happening.
I named no names, but he was a bit of a hanger-on. Like, we let him hang out with us, but only because he knew Rachel Notley. I mean, if you know the premier, I guess you can hang. Better keep up, though, scrub.
Oh, God.
I need you to understand. Most of these people are in law school now. A couple of them are at Harvard.
Oh, God.
And several of them got me, an actual alien, to help them make their personal statement sound more human.
Oh. God.
I miss those degenerates.
I mean, I understand. Yeah,
Mm.
there are a lot of people like that. Hi, Jessica. How
Hello.
have you been? Have
I've
you
been
getting
okay.
by?
I mislaid my bank card last week, so I
Mhm.
couldn't buy milk for an entire week, and I was sad.
Oh God, are your bones gonna snap in half? Or
I feel like I'm dissolving as we speak.
oh God, have you tried calcium alternatives such as
We're not smart. We don't know.
cream and
Calcium pills?
chalk?
I have a little chalkboard in my bathroom that reads days since Jessica has cried in public. It currently reads 2, but I think that's only because I have been restricted to my house. And I've been eating the chalk. It's been helping tide me through these dark days.
I think there is calcium in that chalk.
I'm
There
pretty
is.
sure chalk is
It's
calcium.
made out of the
Yeah.
bones of tiny prehistoric
Yeah.
animals.
With our newfound riches, we should probably hire a scientist to answer those questions for us.
Yeah.
Do you want to hire a scientist?
Well, I mean, it's not really
Time.
my job to. I mean, we should get our secretary to find.
Oh right, well you have to hire a
Yeah,
secretary.
I don't touch things anymore.
Oh.
Mommy and
Our
Daddy are
science.
fighting.
Yeah, you gotta make art. Fair
Yeah.
enough. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm an artist.
Yeah. Well, sort of. Like of a capacity. I mean, let's be real. Music is just following like a series of rules over and over.
Yeah, totally.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
all you got to do is practice. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. Let's bring on some guests. I'm excited to bring on some guests. Let's bring on some guests. I think our first, who do we have? Is that really, do you have something more upbeat?
Well, you've never told me like what to play. Kind of just trust me that I can do it. I mean, I feel like it's pretty good.
Yeah, but like we gotta hold ourselves to a higher standard now. That was like, I don't know, this seemed like it was like
I
a
mean, I
G
feel like
or
it was
something.
pretty-
Could you do like something in a B or like a B sharp or
Oh, like a B sharp.
yeah.
Oh, like in B sharp.
Yeah, like
that's
not
a key.
all the way up
B
to
sharp
an A.
exists. No, B sharp exists.
All right, you know what? Never mind. Fuck this. Okay,
whatever,
we're bringing on a guest. Okay, our first guest. Anytime that we roll through Kelowna, which is one of my favorite places to bring the show, he's front and center. He's one of my favorite comedians. He's way better than he has any right to be. He's also almost certainly going to end up in jail. I'm very happy to have him back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's please give a little love to the one and only Josh Ashton.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Hi, Josh.
How's
Welcome
it going? Great to be on for a third time.
Right?
I
Welcome
just
back.
I didn't come on because I have no material, so I was gonna back out, but instead, I thought of an idea where I was just gonna go through old Daryl Mack posts and do his material.
Oh, okay. Could you?
But then I was back in like 2014 and I had
Fair.
nothing.
Do you remind the audience at home who Daryl Mack is?
I don't know. Check him out. He's like Canada's #1 comedian. So
He's,
Check him out.
Easy.
I think he's famously mostly a Facebook shit disturber, right? And like a conspiracy theorist. Isn't that the case?
he's just an all-around good guy, I think.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I'd love to see what art you're making for us today. Please go ahead.
Oh well, that was my main thing, but then instead I just like I have to fall back on my actual material, so it's gonna be
Oh.
much less than what Daryl Mack has to offer. But
Okay. We should get Daryl Mack on the show. That'd be hilarious.
you gotta get him on.
I want to see what Daryl Mack actually has to say nowadays because he's blocked me for the last year and a half.
He has some good stuff on the COVID
Okay. I blocked
isolation.
him like a year and a half ago. So let's, I don't know, maybe we'll reach out.
Now, I've been having a weird isolation. I don't know about you guys,
Oh,
but I was on my phone the other day and like the autocorrect. I was using my phone. The autocorrect changed the word suicide to do it. I'm like, God damn it, Facebook, been listening to my thoughts again. I heard this thing. It was like on the news a couple months ago, maybe, I can't remember. It was Justin Trudeau, he was in front of his house and he was saying that if you're abroad, it's time to come home,
Uh-huh.
which I think is great because Canada needs more chicks.
Oh God. I feel like that's not exactly what that means, but okay.
What? That's what I heard. I blame Freud. What else is happening? Oh, I've been watching sports.
What?
Yeah, I found some sports from the half Olympics 4 years ago. Or you know, they have like the regular Olympics, then like 2 weeks after is like the half Olympics. Morris looks like his head just exploded.
Wait,
The
what?
Paralympics.
There's a half Olympics?
Paralympics, sorry.
Oh.
I was watching that and I found it's really unfair because they just lump all the ailments into the same categories. Like it doesn't matter what you have. Like I was watching a cross country skiing and they had people that had like color blindness in one eye going against people that didn't have the bottom half of their body. It's unfair. So there's like all these guys like way out in the front, just like, oh yeah, look at this. Isn't this great having your limbs? I wish I knew what color snow was. I hope I win the gray medal today. And all the little pod people are behind, just like fucking sons of bitch bastards.
Did you call them pod people?
Well, that's what they wanted to be called. That's what it said on the thing. But they just looked like they were being towed by their parents. But also in the half Olympics, there was like specialty ones. I watched blind hockey also.
Oh.
Which, yeah, that was I could not watch that one because I read the title and I started laughing. Mostly I was curious about how blind hockey works because it's a dangerous sport when you can see, let alone when like you can't see anything. So what happens is there's like the puck has a high pitched noise in it, so everybody's just like chasing the puck around, like it's Saving Private Ryan the whole time.
Oh God.
Like it's just like beep, and they're swarming it like bees. Zero structure to the game. That's what really pissed me off. There's no diamond on the penalty kill or anything, but
yeah. They didn't adapt that new rule. There's no touch icing anymore. It's bullshit, dude.
then there was what really blew my mind is there was refs also. It's like they called an offside, and I was like, they don't know what the color blue is. Keep the game rolling. You're slowing things down. They call a penalty. They're like, oh, too many men. There's 50 men on the ice. Goalie's facing the wrong way.
God, oh God.
Here's a tough job that's terrifying. You're a goalie and you're blind.
Oh God.
You just gotta sit there and just be like, all right. Because maybe you're not like you're a new blind guy, so you don't have your senses quite perfected yet.
Oh, you don't have like your daredevil sense?
Yeah, you're only been blind for like a month maybe. So you haven't really perfected it. And he's like, all right, being a goalie and you're blind, you're just like, oh my God, okay. Eventually a puck's gonna hit me. And it's gonna be followed by 50 men all chasing that puck. But whatever. I forgot the ending of that joke, so that's why I was stalling for time.
I did notice a couple extra beats in there, for sure.
My timing was off.
Okay.
Hey, do they always do the half Olympics? Is it always before?
It's after.
Yeah, that's such a fucking cock move. It's just like, all right.
Well, it's after when you can see
all the good
janitors in the
shit's
background.
gone. Like, yeah, you guys can go, knock yourself out, break a leg.
If you have one.
Let's just have a pretend Olympics.
Yeah.
I say, despite the fact I attended the Paralympics one time.
As a participant.
My cousin is deaf, and as a young woman, she was a swimmer.
I'm an asshole.
Yeah, but we knew that.
All right.
My cousin's deaf, and as a young woman, she was a swimmer and quite good. And she went to the Paralympics, and because I was a spare body as a 13-year-old, I got made a timekeeper. So you too can be a part of the Olympics if you want to. Also,
official timekeeper.
Also, I did not press the button on time, so
records were
saying.
shattered that day.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. It was as fast as Michael Phelps.
Excellent.
Can you imagine if you had like your full body and you were just deaf and you were swimming and then you got beat by somebody with like no arms?
Oh God. You have to like start making arguments like they don't have any drag or resistance.
Yeah. There was water in my ear.
It's like a torpedo. They're like a torpedo.
One's just going in a circle with one arm.
Oh, God. Just big loops just running into other people.
Yeah,
God.
Morris's job is to just deflect her back on track the whole time.
Just put up the
Bumpers.
bumpers.
Yeah.
Why do people that are anything less than the absolute world's best at anything even try? Right, Ty?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I met a blind guy one time on the street,
Oh,
and he was one of those cocky blind guys. He wasn't wearing his sunglasses,
okay.
and he was like, it was kind of terrifying actually, but he was like all in my face, and I was like, I don't know why it came up, but the television came up, and I was like, do you own a TV? And he's like, yeah, I have a big screen TV. And I was like, what the like, why? That's what the radio is for, is for people like you, because they describe it and stuff like that. And he's like, oh, well, I have friends that like to watch TV.
Oh.
And like, you got some douchebag friends.
Oh shit! Hey, what do you want to do? I don't know. You want to watch some TV?
Who goes to the blind guy's house?
Maybe
Where's your
watch a
fucking
movie.
TV?
They're like, no, never mind. We'll do something much more accessible. Let's play some cards or something.
Let's play some video games or something.
Right? Absolutely. Hey, I'm just gonna take this quick second to notice something. Our much less famous friend Josh did accidentally just plug his show a little bit.
Yeah.
He has a podcast. You can see on the mug right there.
Is it backwards?
He and some equally cave-dwelling Josh, they do a podcast together. It's called The Back Table. How's that been going, by the way? Are you guys
Good.
famous yet?
We just had our 1-year anniversary.
Excellent.
It's coming out in 2 weeks, but we just recorded it.
Are you getting recognized outside of dollar stores?
No, we're not. We're getting recognized at bars around downtown and stuff, so that's all right.
Yeah, but not dollars.
Yeah, not like in daylight out on the
Yeah,
street.
but not like dollars.
No, I just
Not
get
like I
recognized
got
because
recognized
of
and I text Ty onto afterwards.
yeah. I just got recognized
Well-
because of creep catchers.
Right.
Oh yeah.
When can they check the podcast out?
Yeah, when and where?
And when? Yeah.
We release them every Wednesdays.
Cool.
Sweet.
On the iTunes or what?
iTunes, the Spotify, I got to read my own mug right now.
I love how they have merch, but he doesn't have his plug nailed down.
Yeah.
Spotify, SoundCloud, the Apple Music, the Google Play, the Facebook,
Fantastic.
all that internet stuff.
Excellent.
Basically anywhere you can get a podcast.
One more time. What is it called?
The Back Table,
Cool.
right there.
That's awesome. Josh, do us a favor. Come hang out with us. We have something really interesting coming up next. We got reached out to because we have such a wide-ranging platform and such an incredible reach, and we're in everyone's homes and hearts and minds. We got reached out to by important scholars who they can't hear me quick. Could you do it a little quieter?
I feel like it's loud enough. I feel like it's
Okay,
in the
all
program.
right, all right. We got reached out to by important scholars who want to tell us things that we need to know. Okay, our next act is a published author and doctor. We have a feminist and historian who's here to tell us about the North Korean female dictator that we all thought we were going to have, and who has haunted my dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the show, Dr. Caitlin I.S. White. Hi, welcome to the show.
Hi there, Morris. How's it going?
It's fantastic. I'm incredible. Thank you.
He's okay. He's okay.
I heard you have a new book. Oh, actually, no. Let's start at the beginning. What is it about her name? I believe is Kim Yo Jong. What is it about Kim Yo Jong that people find so compelling?
Well, we don't really know very much about the Hermit Kingdom. What we do know is that Kim Yo Jong was the head of PR for her brother for North Korea and her brother's top aide.
So is she the one who organized the Dennis Rodman meetup?
Oh yes, she's 100% that bitch. She's young, she's trendy, she's a millennial woman with a STEM background, and I think that is what people are finding so compelling. But also, we're at a time right now where there's nothing that the internet finds more interesting and more lovable than watching a woman who's been long plotting in the shadows finally gain success and recognition.
Yeah, well, okay. I mean, I feel like North Korea isn't extremely woke. Considering, I gotta imagine, since they're not being force-fed feminism constantly 24/7, that they must be incredibly misogynistic. Do you think she could even get the support of the military leadership there?
Well, okay, Morris, this is a really interesting point of view I've seen, like the cis het and the Western male news take. And the reality is that the West hasn't had a draconian girl boss since Margaret Thatcher. And, if in the last 3 presidential runs, not one single female imperialist war hawk who ran was able to get elected. You look at Hillary Clinton in 2016, she was the only candidate who had ever actually ordered a drone strike. So she ended up still losing to a game show host. And I think that's very telling about the West. But yeah.
Well, okay. So if the Americans weren't with her, what makes you think that she could pull it off?
Well, dissidents and escapees of the regime in North Korea have been quoted as saying all sorts of things about Kim Yo-jong. Growing up, she was her father's favorite, but as an adult, what's really, really interesting is those same dissidents have been saying that she's feared and respected amongst the military, which, if I can just really quickly plug, my follow-up book to my original book is a female adult empowering coloring book called Feared and Respected, and hopefully you guys can check that out. Am I still there? I know it looks like my internet was cutting out.
A little bit, but we got it. Yeah, you have an upcoming book about female dictators called Feared and Respected. Good. We appreciate that. There needs to be more female dictators.
It's empowering.
But now that we know that Kim Jong-un is alive, he was spotted at a chemical factory. What does that mean for the situation?
Well, I know his recent appearance in that chemical factory really threw acid on our collective hopes. But I like to remind myself that Kim Jong-un is a heavy drinker. He's a heavy smoker. For the better part of a decade, he's been battling gout on and off because he loves luxury cheeses so much. The reality is that he's not going to live forever.
Yeah, fair enough. But I mean, he does have multiple children, right? And do you think maybe instead she might end up like in a Cersei Lannister sort of position where she can't get power for herself and just abuses other people's borrowed power? Or
yes and no. I think it's really important to look at the historical female despots that we've had in the world, and I see her as more of a Catherine the Great of Russia, or perhaps her mother-in-law, both who were not actually Romanovs. They seized power in 2 separate coups and managed to successfully rule for a very, very long time. When you think of Catherine the Great, you don't think about Mother to Tsar Peter. You think about the merciless suppression of the serfs and ruthless land grabs in Poland.
And I think about fucking horses.
Oh, exactly. You think about sexual liberation. These are the kinds of things that are associated with Catherine the Great. Yeah. The future and more female acceptance. I think that we could possibly see that kind of we could really see Kim Yo-jong slay.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So I guess this would be like a historical first for Asia, right?
No, absolutely not. It would not be a historical first. As we speak, one of the women who is highlighted in my book rules over Myanmar with an iron fist. And I think that the fact that everyone overlooks Aung San Suu Kyi is really, really telling of the pervasiveness of the male gaze and ageism. Kim Yo-jong immediately took international spotlight, but it took 74 years of exile and house arrest before the patriarchy allowed Suu Kyi to exercise her violent Buddhist supremacist vision of Myanmar. And that is, it's upsetting. It shows a lot about how we treat older women in our society.
Right, that makes
she was
sense.
overlooked. She was overlooked and underestimated by the international community.
Yeah, okay. Well, okay, we have a few seconds left we're willing to devote to feminist politics. What do you see being the future of female despotic leaders in our world?
Well, I mean, initially what comes to mind is the president of Bolivia, Janine Chavez, who's already purged Bolivia of her socialist political rivals. You know, she has already let the streets run with blood. I mean, you know, I also think that Ivanka Trump has a bright and terrible future in American politics. But the wild card for me would be a known ideological leader with a vicious pack of online supporters.
Oh, well, you can't be talking about Hillary. We already talked about her. Who do you?
Oh, yeah. I can see where the confusion would come. You know, you might think Elizabeth Warren, which is close but not quite. No, it's actually Taylor Swift that I really.
Oh, yeah.
Under the right circumstances, I really do believe that the Swifties could become the next brown shirts, and all she has to do is really take charge. But ultimately, the entire mission of my work and my book and my coloring book is really to give young women the skill set to really lean in and let the rivers run blood with the blood of the patriarchy. And thank you so much for letting me share that with you guys.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for being a strong, powerful woman that don't need no man here on my show, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, our show.
On my show, The Meltdown. Let's give a little love. Please go out and buy her book. Let's give a little love to Dr. Caitlin I.S. White.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Personally, for the next genocide, my money's on Greta Thunberg. She's gonna get tired of her shit eventually. She's gonna take matters into her own hands. And you know, she's not gonna be one of those like those backseat generals, those despots at the back of the line. She's gonna do it herself.
Right. Yeah, she seems very authoritarian.
Do you have to put
if you say Greta Thunberg 3 times into the mirror, the rear view mirror of a Hummer, she appears in your backseat and then you die.
She smothers you with your own exhaust fumes.
Do you have to do this right here? Do you have to do your coffee thing right here?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
I don't think you have to do the coffee.
No, I definitely
right in my
do.
space. It's right in my space.
No, it's my show. This is all my space.
Our
we can get this stupid thing.
That's my have to. Don't touch my have to. You don't need to touch my have to.
Okay, I'm not.
Mommy and Daddy are fighting.
I mean,
we're not fighting. All
right, listen. I've saved the best for last. Let's
I'm getting 2
let's bring on
princesses
another
this year.
Guest. I mean, you're supposed to be playing guitar.
I'm not. Why would I know? You keep stopping me. So why would I even fucking bother?
Did Kim Jong actually have scurvy?
Listen, we can save this. We have a very talented comedian for you. He's who I'm gonna go to for advice on how to deal with fame. He's delightfully hilarious. I've worked with him. I got recognized. I've worked with him all over the province. I've worked with him a bunch. He's one of my favorite people to work with. He's a delight. You probably recognize him from all of his billboards and political ads. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the show my friend and yours, the one and only Kwesi Thomas.
That's my friend. My friend too. He's my friend.
Kwesi, welcome to the show.
Hey guys.
Hi.
So I was, you know those still pictures when your TV is on sleep mode?
Okay, yeah.
I was watching that.
What was it?
Right now it looks like a side of a mountain in Stanley Park, maybe.
Oh, that's nice.
Or like a hill. How you guys doing?
Life's fantastic.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It's good. I'm glad for you guys.
Other than this, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been blowing up.
Yeah. Do I introduce myself?
Yeah, I mean, I introduced you, but
remember you took a long time, just really long introductions that always take too long.
It's the right amount of time.
That's when I started watching.
I'm setting the comedians up for success. I'm letting the audience know. You know what? You don't have to. Okay.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Hi, Kwesi. Welcome.
Hi, everyone watching at home. My name is Kwesi Thomas. I'm the Black Nick Offerman. I've done a lot, like you mentioned, I've done a lot of things in the entertainment industry. When I first moved to Vancouver, one of the first things I did was a gay horror movie. So it was a horror movie written for the gay community, and this is what's going to tank me. Not that. This.
Yeah.
Anyone? I don't know, man. You guys feel like we've been grounded and our parents just forgot to tell us when to come out?
Yeah, a little bit.
Or like go to your room, think about what you've done, and they go catch a movie because they've forgotten that they've had children. I find myself smoking a shit ton of weed right now, which I'm sure everyone's on.
Oh my
train,
God.
right? Like I'm blazing so much, and I gotta be honest. I'm really happy that I stuck with a guy instead of like just relying on like because as soon as they legalized marijuana, was it like 2 years ago or last year? Well, yeah. How are we supposed to know? Whenever they legalized marijuana, like I was buying weed from a store using Interact like the year before, so it's hard to tell when they actually. But I got like I don't understand. Like they made it impossible to get, basically. It's like they legalized it and they made it impossible to like. I can't. I'm just really happy. Honestly, if I didn't have a weed guy or weed person, if I just relied, I'd be fucked right now. Like you guys ever worked at a job? You've been there like 2-3 years. You just know the place inside and out, and then you get a new manager.
Oh yeah.
And they want to do things their way.
Oh yeah. That's not good.
Yeah, that's how I feel about the legalization of
It's amazing how much they've just fucked it up.
It's true.
It's like this is BC. We don't need you.
You had like the most successful business models everywhere in the fucking city. All you had to do was just like take it over. Just have your people go in and just
take your cut.
At the same time. It would have been fucking.
Not even that. All you had to do was charge 15% of revenue and leave them the fuck alone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's so weird how bad it is. I just don't. Yeah, the whole experience.
But instead they want to change the core values and do team building drills.
Dude, the fucking iPads. Like I don't want to use an iPad when I buy weed. I just don't want to do
that.
Right?
I want to get my weed in a handshake.
Yeah,
like an extra over the top handshake. Yeah.
And I want to fuck it up because I'm super white. Like
yes. You are super white.
But you're not IS white. Is anyone else's skin reacting poorly to anything other than couch?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I tried to put on some jeans today and my my ass skin, because for the most part I'm kind of just like in my lucky drawers on the couch watching online comedy. But now I tried to rub some denim on my cheeks.
Frankly, I don't remember where my pants are, so
I go.
I have pants for only this.
True. You guys should I rock a old one?
Please.
Yeah.
I'm gonna close this off. I'm gonna close this off on a Quasi's first month joke.
Oh, okay.
You guys ready? So going back to like 2000 because I'm 112. So today asked me like when I lost my virginity, and I was like, I don't know, like 19, and she stopped me and was just like, "You lost your virginity in the 1900s?" Shit was jokes. Anyways, all right. Okay, we're going all the way back here. So I don't watch a lot of like comics and like comic book stuff. I never really got into it because of all the sex I have. But and I mean, like we all know, like one of the things we all know is that every superhero has a weakness, right? Like, Superman's kryptonite, Batman's just human, so his own mortality is his weakness. For a while there, the Green Lantern was black, so his weakness was matching the description. But I gotta say though, like, but I always wondered like what exactly Spider-Man's weakness was, like his defined weakness. And then it just hit me, and someone just fucking hit him with some raid. You guys don't find it disrespectful though that like everyone knows that you can't kill Superman with bullets, but it seemed a little disrespectful. Not even idiotic or like panicking in the moment, but it feels a little disrespectful. The second Superman shows up, everyone tries to shoot him. It's like,
I mean,
everyone knows.
I mean, listen, maybe today's the day. Shoot your shot, player.
Well, that's kind of, you gotta wonder like it's like you live in the universe where there is a Superman. What are you doing with a gun? Save your money, get a job. You know? Yeah, you know what, guys? I don't know. I'm just kind of jotting some shit down. Who wants to talk a bit?
Okay.
I crave human interaction.
Yeah, human interaction, right? Well, actually,
yeah, but this will do.
I need your advice. How do you deal with fame? I want to make sure it doesn't go to my head gallivanting around.
You're not going to be like the most famous one though.
Right.
That's the thing. Like,
I'm listening to something important.
I'll be shush. You know what, dude? I'm kind of over this, dude. Like, you're just kind of being a dick.
What are you talking about?
This whole show, you've just been like a total
No,
dick.
it's
it's
my
show. Oh, it's my show.
No, this is what it's supposed to be.
But like,
I
you
lead the
wouldn't
show.
be
My face
here.
is on the
You
poster.
You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me and this cat. I mean,
Your job used to be done by Robert Marvarosia.
I mean, that's a made-up name. That's not even a real
exactly.
Name. That's not even a real name.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, your job is just to keep me company and roll me joints, dude. So like, you know, whatever.
Wow. You know what, dude? I'm fucking over this. This is fucking bullshit. I'm taking popsicle. I'm taking this goddamn joint. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Go fuck yourself, Morris. Go fuck yourself. I'm done. I'm fucking over it, dude.
All right. Well, if anything, the show is going to be better now that I've cut out dead weight. So
you fucking wish, but
we have to learn the banjo, Morris.
Maybe, but you know, he'll come crawling back. Listen,
I'm a master of the mouth harp.
This has been the Meltdown, which is the best thing that you've ever seen, which is your virtual friends group, which is your guide, your constant companion, your Bible. I have been the incredibly famous Morris Bartlett. That, for the last time, hopefully, was Ty Bizanalt. You guys are fantastic. We do this every Wednesday and Sunday, but you already knew that. I love you. Be good to each other. Eat a lot of snacks. Masturbate plenty. It's a quarantine. Thank you. Good night.
Yeah.